Hello, dear students. I, Dinesh Karmalkar, your computer teacher, welcomes you to JVM's New English School Kalwa online teaching classes. Today, we will see our next practical of Standard 10th. Now, the objective of today's practical is to learn conditional control structures in C language. Now, what are conditional control structures in C language? These structures are used whenever we want to take some decisions to run the statements. It is not necessary to run all the statements in the C language. Sometimes we require that certain statements should be executed only when the condition is true or false. So based on certain conditions we will take decisions, and for taking these decisions we require the conditional control structures. And now I will not talk about it in detail. We will do that in theory part. Today, for the practical point of view, we will discuss only one type of conditional control structure, that is if-else statement. The software requirements for this is Visual Studio 6.0 for Windows as usual, and for Android mobile Coding C app. Now, what are the two types of conditional control structures in C language that we will see? First is if control statement, and second is switch case statement. Both the statements work differently, but we have to decide when to use if control statement and when to use switch case statement. Both have their features, but today we will do practicals based on only if control statement, because conditional control structures is a very big topic. Today we will do practicals based on if control statement, and we'll see how it is used in the programs to check the conditions and to run certain statements. Now, how the if control statement works, that I will show you in this flowchart. First, if you are entering in the program, then we will check one condition. For example, the condition may be that suppose you are entered a number, you have to check whether the number is 2 or the number is 0. Suppose if the number is divisible by 2, that we have to check, that condition we can put there. And if the number condition is true, then we will run certain statement. The statement will be 1 or 2, any number of statements you can run based on that condition. And if the statement is false, then we have to skip the statement and go to the next statement. So if you see, this part of the statement will run only if the condition is true. The program will not come to this part if the condition is false. It will simply skip this statement. This statement will skip and it will go to the next statement. So this way the if statement works. It will check the condition. If true, it will execute certain statements. If false, it will go to the next statement. Of course, we can give statements for both the cases. That means for true, what the statement should be executed, and false, what the statement should be executed. Both part also we can give. But how to write this if statement in C language, the syntax of that we will see now. Now in C language we have to write like this: if, in the bracket we have to give certain expressions. If that expression is true, then we will execute these statements. We will give some statements which will be executed when the condition is true. And as I told before, even if the condition is false, then also we can give certain statements. But how all this works in the program, that we will see during the practical. Now we'll see what are today's question. Suppose the first question: type of program in C to learn if else statement. We'll take any small example to just see how it works. It will not be a logical question, just to understand its basics. We'll take one program. A second program will be our application of if else statement in some cases, like we are finding whether a given number is even or odd. So in this, of course, we will need to check the condition. If you are entering a number, we have to check whether it is divisible by 2. If it is divisible by 2, then it is a even number. If it is not divisible by 2, then it is a odd number. But how to use in this C language and how to use if statement, that we will see during the practical time. And the third question, one more program will do, It is a little bit complex program. Type a program in C to find largest of the three numbers entered by the user. So we will take three numbers and we will compare those three numbers, and we have to find out which is the largest. For this also comparison, we will have to use the if statements. How to use that we'll see in our practical time. So next, move to the practical part. For that, I will open the Visual Studio 6.0 that you are knowing now, and I will open Visual C++ 6.0. Is opening. Okay, now as usual we will take one new text file. I will take our header files #include. Now you have maybe remembering all these things. In this we doesn't require the, we're not going to make an app, but still for the habit I am typing this IO stream also. It is not required as such, but we'll keep it. And void main, of course, our main function from where the execution starts, if you know. And let's say we'll take one variable. It's an int variable. Int. We are taking just example how to run, see how it works, the if statement. So int a, in that I will give one message that enter a number, let's say slash, and we'll keep these all the habits as it is typing, will not skip any part. Then I have to scanf, where we want the input from the user, so I will use a %d, remember, because we are using integer. So format specifier, if you remember, for integer is %d, and here and a. So whatever you are entering, it will be copied in the a variable. I will check if a is equal to, I will, let's say 0, or okay, or I will write here a is greater than 0, let's say. Then I will write some statements, like if it is true, then I will write here printf the entered number is positive. Of course, any number greater than 0 is positive, so I can write it is positive, right? And the slash, and if it is else, I will write if it is false, suppose, then what I will write, of course, the number is the entered number is negative, is understood. If it is greater than 0, if it is less than 0, then it is negative. So close this, get ch, bracket. We will check whether we are given all the semicolons here given here, or if we can assign some default value to it. Is necessary to, it's not important, but we'll give it there. Okay, after save, we'll save this as a, let's say it's program 8.c. already so many programs I have there, program.8c. Okay, now we have our program. We use the if statement. Now how it is working here, we are checking in if we are used the expression. This is the expression part, and this is the statement if for the condition true, and this is the statement for condition false. So if a is greater than 0, if it is coming true, this will be executed. If it is false, then this will be executed, and the program will come out afterwards. So let's check whether we have written syntaxically correct here, or we have some mistakes what we done. Let's see. Yes, there is no errors, only one warning, that because of get ch, of course. It is not need here, but we have, for keeping the habit, we have typed here. Okay, now let's run the program. linked. I will enter a number. Okay, I will enter 5. Yes, the number is positive. Okay, now let's see whether this is working for negative numbers. I will enter -2. Yes, number is negative. So we have seen how to use of if statement. I have taken a big example from where it is clear for both the things how it works. Now let's say move on to our second question, in which we have to check whether the number is being even or odd. For that, this first part will be same in the same program. I will do it. The first part will be same. We have to enter a number, scanf, all this will be same only. Only the condition here will be a percentage 2 should be equal to 0. That means if a is modulus 2, that means you remember remainder. When you divide by 2 in number, its remainder will be 0. When you put slash and it gives a question. And when we have done one program, if you remember in the second practical, that if here percentage sign, that is it is called the mod function. If a is mod 2, here percentage means mod means it will give the remainder. If remainder is 0, then the entered number is even, else the entered number will be odd. So just this small change will make our program for odd even. Now let's check for its syntax, compile it. Only one error for that catch th, no problem in that. Now we'll run it and let's see whether we are getting. Suppose I'm entering a 5 again. Number entered is odd, correct. Now let's check for some even number like 8. Number is even. Now let's check whether we are getting for big digit numbers like 100. It's coming. So our work working properly. So this was the program in which we have seen that we can check the condition here. This is if you remember the syntax of if statement, this is the expression. The expression is a percentage 2 equal to 2. So little bit complex expression taken here, a mod 2 user 2. So I will save this. Now we will move on to our third practical, in which we have to find out, if you remember, I will see the question, I will show you. Type program is C to find largest of the 3 numbers entered by the user. Remember, the user will give the 3 numbers. So now the program will become complex. Here take a lot of variables. I will take 3 numbers, num1, num2, num3. 3 numbers I will take, and then we have to enter. Now we should shortcut enter 3 numbers, 3 integer numbers I will say. So here in the scanf, now one time only I will accept all the 3 numbers. For that, what you have to do, you have to write here percentage d, and here you have to use num1, comma, and num2, comma, and num3. So one time only I am accepting here. This is a short. Before this, every time when you use the scanf statement, you have taken only one integer, any one variable, whether it's a float or integer. But this time, how it will work here? Look at this statement. We have used 3 percentage d. These are format specifier, of course. So what will happen? Whichever the first number will be entered will go to num1. Then here space is there, so we have to use space. When you are entering, we will use one number, space, second number, space, third number. So first number will move on to num1, second will move to num2, and third will move to num3. This is called as the mapping. How these 3 are mapped. Whatever the first number will go to num1, second num2, and third will be num3 automatically. Now in this, the if statement is a little bit complex because we have to check. Now the logic will work here. see here, we want to check whether there is a greatest number. So I will check whether first num1 is greater than num2. At the same time, I want that num1 should be greater than 3 also. So I will use here num1 and I will use here num1 greater than. I want both these conditions to be true. This is the AND in the C language. When you use two ANDs, these two signs, that means it will check this first condition and it will check the second condition, and both these conditions are true, then only it will enter in this part, that is statement pass. In this, the two expressions I got. First expression is checking whether number 1 is greater than number 2. Second expression is checking whether number 1 is greater than number 1 greater than number 3. So if the number 1 is greater than 2 and both conditions are true, then only we can say that the first number entered is largest. Okay, so whichever number we entered first, that will be largest. Now we have to check for the number 2. Again here I have to use else if. Else if number 2 is greater than number 1, and 2 ends, of course number 2 is greater than num3. I will remove all these things now. Now in this, what I will now write here, I will copy this and I will put it here. Paste. The second number entered is, I will write here, the second number entered is largest here, because num2 here it will check this first condition. Remember here it will go whenever this, if it's false, if out of these two conditions any one is false or both are false, in both the scenarios it will go to this part. It will check then whether if number 2 is greater than number 1 and number 2 is greater than 3. In this also, if both the expressions, this and this, both are true, then only it will come to this part and it will say second number is largest. And last part is for this. Now this else is for this second if statement. In this, if we remember, if we know now, if both conditions are false, that means what happens? Number 1 is also not largest, number 2 is also not largest. So definitely we are sure that number 3 is third number, that is number 3 entered is largest. This it will coming by default, because you don't have to check for number 3. You can put the conditions but not necessarily required. So all the things, once again I will explain the full program, what I done in this program. Now these two are not required because we are not going to take any input. So I will remove this for temporary, and I will remove the get ch also. This we are not going to make any app, so it's not required. So I will remove that so you can see the screen properly. Okay, now in this I have taken 3 variables, num1, num2, num3. Then I use the statement enter 3 integers, and one time only I have taken here scanf percentage. 3 times percentage I used d because I want 3 numbers. So one statement only I have taken all the 3 integers. So whenever you are entering the first number, give space, then second number space, third number, automatically first number will go to num1, second number will go to num2, and third number will go to num3. Then we are checking whether number 1 is greater than num1 greater than num2 and num1 greater than 3. So these both expressions, if are true, here we are use the expression double expression, true, then only this part will be executed. If any of this is false, remember any of this is false or both are false, then the program will come this part and it will check for number 2. The number 2 is greater than 1 and number 2 is greater than 3. If both are true, then it will come to this part, else it will go there. So for this if, this is the else statement, for this if, this is the else statement. So everything is covered. Let's check whether we are written syntaxically correct or not. Compile it. 0 errors and 0 warning. Everything is correct as far as grammatical mistakes are not there. But let's see whether running mistakes, runtime errors are there or not. So execute it. Okay, I will give three numbers. Let's say first number I'm giving 10, then I will use space, second number I'm giving 5, and third number I'm giving 6. So let's enter. The first number entered is the largest, correct? So because you can see easily first number is correct. Now let's run again this and check whether now I will give first 4, then space, then second 10, and third let's say 8. Let's see what happens here. Yes, the second number entered is largest. Now let's see what happens if you give the third number as largest. So take here 10 and space 20 and space 30, enter. Suppose the third number is large, you can see easily. So all the three conditions, all three variations of the programs we have seen, all are coming correct. So this way we have seen how if statements can be used. That means these are conditional statements, these are conditional control structures, which is called if. Next time we will see some more if statements, and we also see the switch case statement, when it will be used and when to use the if statement. Now let's see what we are going to do for our assignments. So for the assignment, we'll type a program in C to find smallest of the three numbers entered by the user. Remember, here you have to use the smallest. Now I shown you how to find the largest. The program will be same, only small variation will do for the in the expressions, small modification. Use your logic and just see what small change you can do, and your same program will give the program logic for this also. Very small change you have to do. Just think about that. Second question, type program in C to find whether given number is divisible by 5. Now this program also you can take a logic from my program in which I have seen how to find out the odd and even, because remember, if when you are finding odd or even, you are dividing the number by 2, and if it is coming 0, that means it is divisible. So here also, if the number is if you are dividing number by 5 and getting the remainder as 0, it is divisible by 5. We say it is divisible by 5. So again, you have to take the same expression. We have to take one number and take the number, the modulus symbol, percentage. Use modulus by divisible by, suppose our number is a modulus 5. Find out if it is 0, then you can see it is divisible by 5. So this way we have finished today's practical, in which we learned if statement. Of course, next time we will see some other more advanced program of if else, and if time gives, then we will see also switch case statement. This conditional control structure is a very broad topic and very useful. Let's do practical next time. Till then, thank you very much.